Vernon from Churchdown School Academy. My question is, why do most religions' ideals relate to each other but they oppose each other?
So that's kind of a question about why do most religions seem to share so much common ground in terms of, I guess, morality, or in terms of claims about the afterlife or the other world, and all sorts of things that religions share and are kind of at one on, and yet they all seem to oppose each other and seem to be in vast competition. Thoughts?
Well, why do human beings oppose each other? I think we all share a common species, and yet we all have our own separate identities, and we disagree on a number of different things. I think religions, in that sense, are an expression of just a group of human beings. And historically, religions have, what's giving them their original identity is by conflict with another religion. Christianity stems from Judaism. Islam stems from, to some extent, Judaism as well. So it's establishing their own identity and a recognition that there are differences. There are common themes throughout the Abrahamic tradition, but at the same time, they establish themselves by acknowledging differences as well. So it's going to happen, I think.
I have to agree with Roy with that. I remember there's a famous author called John Hicks. Is that his name? Hick, is it? He put forward the thesis that underneath it all the religions are the same. And I find I was unpersuaded by it, because I think if you wash out all differences, then everything does look the same. But actually, what's interesting about religions are their differences. Again, I follow Roy here. A lot of times people would say that religions are the same because actually they're talking about religions that actually came out of each other. Like Christianity came out of Judaism, Islam came out of Judaism as well. So clearly they would have commonalities there. But when we look further across to other religions, those commonalities might not be there. But if there are common things in religion, then they probably have to do with the fact, well, we're all human beings and we're bound to come up with similar ideas at that kind of abstract level. Most people probably worry about the afterlife and death. Most cultures and people worry about, goodness or virtue or ethics, and then there are kind of certain biological things that are true for all human beings. Most human beings live in a family, etc., etc. So it's bound to be common themes that way.
So they arise out of the commonalities of human existence.
Yeah.
So
sorry, I interrupted you again.
I was just going to say something profound about the human condition, but it's too late now.
So I think those are true, but actually what's interesting about religions are their differences.
Yeah.
And so to jump at that kind of really high abstract level misses what's really
I think that was my response to John Hicks' theory as well, that kind of pluralistic hypothesis, that fundamentally the religion, if we take away the differences, they're all the same. Well, with anything, if you take away the differences, they're the same. It's kind of axiomatic that you do so. But I think a kind of cynical person responding to this question, which I'm not, but a cynical person might say that they're all competing for different market share. They want followers, they want people, they believe that, and genuinely, profoundly believe they are right and other people are wrong in some religious traditions, and that being right has some salvific power. And therefore it's in their interests to have people join them and not join the other ones that are wrong. So the belief that they've got something right and something beneficial and transformative for people is quite a compelling kind of, it drives you towards saying, I oppose that. Stand with this. So I think Will, at least in this respect, is right in that the differences really matter. And we make a mistake when we try and gloss over them.
But yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think if you're going to ask why do religions oppose each other, I think you're asking then a kind of political, sociological, and maybe even historical question.
Well,
That when it comes to those kind of political struggles, then religion, I would say, is used as an ideology to capture a group of people, turn people to us and then enemies and friends. But actually, it's not just religion that could be used in that way. Many other discourses can have that ideological function. I don't think something intrinsically about in the nature of religion that you might disagree with that makes it more susceptible to that. So if you think of our own 20th century history, we could talk about Maoism, communism. There's loads of discourses that are avowedly atheistic that have been appropriated and been used to justify killing and murdering vast quantities of human beings.
I think that often differences have emerged out of conflict, I think, as well. I mean, again, if I think
specifically... So the outcome of conflict are different groups spill out of it.
Then is absolutely, and we maybe even emphasise the differences even more in order to defend themselves against...
To establish identity and say, we are not these people.
Yes, yeah.
That's really interesting. Thank you.